This is Taz. If this is your first time tuning in to Riding With The Ruach, go ahead and smash that like button, because you're going to like this, because I give you the real and always keep it extra funky. You dig? I keep it a buck, 100. Feel what I'm saying? Welcome to Riding With The Ruach. This series is about black motorcycle culture and history. Motorcycle culture has always been about freedom. I'm here to liberate your thinking with truth. But for black riders, the road to freedom came with challenges. This series explores the history, brotherhood, and evolution of black motorcycle clubs, from their earliest beginnings to the modern MC culture that we see today. Motorcycle culture, I reiterate, has always been about freedom. But the story of black motorcycle clubs, it's rarely told. I'm gonna tell that story. People like stories, right? This is not fabricated. This is not fictitious. This is the unadulterated truth. But if you could add on to the cipher, leave your comments below if you know a little more that will make this story greater, better. No better makes it no better. Motorcycles have long represented freedom in America. The open road, the rumble of the engines, the sense of independence that comes with riding when you're feeling that breeze. You know what I'm talking about? It's a culture that has inspired generation after generation. But within the culture lies a powerful story that is often overlooked. Wait, y'all, pause. Let's have a black moment. You feel me? You smell me? You already snow, bro. Pause. The story of black motorcycle riders and the clubs they built to create brotherhood, identity, and community. Put some respect on your names, y'all. Put some respect on their names. Welcome to Riding With The Ruach, where motorcycle culture meets spirit and legacy. To those that's unaware, Ruach is the Hebrew word that you call Hebrew for spirit. We're in the spirit now, you all. In this series, we explore the history and evolution of black motorcycle clubs, from their earliest beginnings to the modern clubs riding today. This story is not just about motorcycles. It's about resilience. It's about brotherhood. You feel me? You smell me? You dig? It's about riders who help build a culture. Once again, put some respect on their name, because that's wild work right there that they had to go through. They put in wild work. And that culture continues to thrive on roads across America. Let's talk about the origin of motorcycle brotherhood. Motorcycles have long symbolized freedom in America. The open roads, again, the sounds of engines, and the brotherhood that forms between riders have shaped motorcycle culture for more than a century. But within that culture lies a story that many people rarely hear. Pause. The story of black motorcycle riders and the clubs that help build their own legacy on the road, on tools, sure. one of the earliest motorcycle clubs connected to black riders was the 13 Rebels Motorcycle Clubs, founded in 1937. Now, there's a misnomer out there that people say this was a black MC. It was not. While the club was not created specifically as an all-black motorcycle club, it became known as one of the first racially integrated motorcycle clubs on record. During a time when segregation was still common across much of the United States, and low-key, on the real, it still is. If you're woke. The presence of integrated riders in the 13th Rebel showed the motorcycles had the power to bring people together across racial lines, even during a divided era. By the late 1950s, black motorcycle clubs began to emerge across major cities, and Los Angeles, the Defiant Ones, MC, founded in 1957, helped establish a strong presence for black riders on the West Coast. Shout out to them. Shortly after, the Chosen Few Motorcycle Club, established in 1959, became one of the most respected motorcycle clubs in America. And in Oakland, California, the East Bay Dragons Motorcycle Club, founded in 1959. This club will grow into one of the most influential black motorcycle clubs in motorcycle history. So what's up, yo? Originally starting as a car club before transforming into an all Harley Davidson motorcycle club, the Dragons became a major force in the culture. You know what I'm talking about? These clubs helped lay the foundation for the Brotherhood, structure, and traditions that continue to define motorcycle clubs today. Big up to them. Put some respect on their names. Teach your prospects this history. Let's talk about motorcycling in early America. To understand the rise of black motorcycle clubs, we have to first understand the culture of motorcycling in America. Motorcycles began gaining popularity in the early 1900s. Brands like Harley Davidson and Indian motorcycles were becoming widely known. And motorcycle riding quickly developed into its own subculture. Motorcycle clubs began forming across the country, often organized around shared interests, riding styles, and social groups. But, however, like many parts of American society during the early 20th century, motorcycle culture was shaped by segregation. You heard what I told you? Racism. If segregation sounds too complicated of a word, racist. Truth gotta be told, yo. I'm gonna tell the truth. Because if one thing you gonna give me is I'm real. And I'm gonna speak that truth, unadulterated. Because that's what it is. The truth needs no apology. segregated by racial barriers. So many black riders found themselves excluded from many riding events and clubs. But check this out right here. Rather than allowing those barriers to stop them, black riders did what communities have often done throughout history. Watch this, you all. They created their own spaces. Spaces where they could ride together. Spaces where they could build leadership and structure. Spaces where Brotherhood could thrive. Early black riding clubs. Some of the earliest documented black motorcycle organizations emerged during the 1930s and 1940s. One of the earliest groups often mentioned in black motorcycle history is the 13 Rebels Motorcycle Clubs, founded in 1937. I spoke on this initially at the inception of this documentary. The 13 Rebels MC was founded in 1937 in Pennsylvania. It's often cited as one of the oldest motorcycle clubs in the United States. But it was not founded specifically as an all-black motorcycle club. Over time, it became racially integrated and included black riders, which sometimes lead people to incorrectly label it as the first black MC, now in cypher. It is not the first black MC, nor was it an all-black MC. You feel me? Yeah? It is one of the earliest racially integrated motorcycle clubs in the United States. It was notable because during a time when segregation was still common in many social organizations, the 13 Rebels had black and white members riding together. 13 Rebels represented something important. The idea that black riders were organizing themselves into structured riding communities long before many people had realized it. At that time, motorcycles were not just a hobby. For many riders, they were a symbol of independence, freedom, liberty. For black riders especially, organizations in the clubs provided a sense of unity and protection. Today, a lot of you guys, you don't respect that culture. You better respect that culture. Respect that culture. Understand that. Understand the history of these clubs and what they really represented. Put some respect on these clubs, because this is not a game, homie. Members rode together, supported each other. Yes, I am my brother's keeper. Some of you say that, but do you really mean it? If it pop off, am I gonna see the bottom of your feet? Or you gonna stand there and hold your own and man up? See, everybody that's on a bike is not really built like that. You smell me? But it is what it is. So at that time, motorcycles were not just a hobby. For many riders, it symbolized independence. For black riders especially, organizing in the clubs provided a sense of unity and protection. So the members rode together, supported each other, and built friendship that often lasted for decades. A lot of people today use that word friend too loosely. These early clubs were not only about riding, they were about identity and community. And these foundations helped shape the future of black motorcycle culture. The exact origin of the earliest black motorcycle clubs are still debated. Pause. So if you disagree with something that I'm stating herein, cool. Because that's often debated. Who was first and who was this and who was that. Add on to the cipher. But several clubs from the 1950s helped shape the culture that we see today. Let's talk about the post-war motorcycle culture. After World War II, motorcycle culture in America experienced a significant growth. Many returning veterans were looking for camaraderie similar to what they was experiencing during military service. Motorcycle clubs became a neutral place for the Brotherhood to continue. This period saw the formation of many clubs across the country, including black motorcycle clubs that would go on to become influential parts of the culture. Put some respect on their names. They don't want to put them in history, so I'm going to put them out there so that you will know. And you keep passing that on. During the 1950s and 1960s, clubs began adopting more structured organizational systems. Leadership roles became common, including president, vice president, sergeant at arms, secretary, treasurer, road captain. These roles help clubs maintain discipline and structure, allowing them to operate with clear leadership and shared responsibilities. The influence of military culture was strong in many of these organizations, which is why discipline and hierarchy became defining characteristics of motorcycle clubs. By the late 1950s, black motorcycle clubs were emerging across the United States, including clubs such as the Defiant Ones, MC, in Los Angeles, the Chosen Few, MC, and the East Bay Dragons, MC, in Oakland, Oaktown, York. Shout out to them. The Defiant Ones. Let me talk about them for a minute. One of the notable clubs to emerge during this era was the Defiant Ones Motorcycle Club, founded in Los Angeles in 1957. The Defiant Ones were part of a growing motorcycle culture on the West Coast. Los Angeles was already becoming a center for motorcycle activity, And clubs like the Defiant Ones help expand the presence of black writers within that environment. Clubs like these created networks of writers who shared a passion for motorcycles and commitment to brotherhood. Emphasis added on that word, brotherhood. Yes, I am my brother's keeper. Though rides, gatherings, and events, they help strengthen the community of black motorcyclists. Their presence also helped pave the way for future clubs that would emerge across the country. Which brings us to the chosen few. The name speaks for itself. Another historically important club is a Chosen Few Motorcycle Club. Established in Los Angeles in 1959. The Chosen Few would go on to become one of the most well-known black motorcycle clubs in the United States. Beyond their riding culture, the Chosen Few are widely recognized for their large annual motorcycle and music events in Chicago, Chi-Town, York, which has grown into one of the biggest biker gatherings in the country. What started as a group of riders passionate about motorcycles grew into a cultural institution that has influenced generations of riders. The Chosen Few demonstrates how motorcycle clubs can evolve into organizations that shape culture far beyond the road. That's what it is. Shout out to them. It brings me to the East Bay Dragons. One of the most historically significant black motorcycle clubs is the East Bay Dragon Motorcycle Club, founded in Oaktown, Oakland, California, in 1959. The Dragons are widely recognized as one of the most prominent black motorcycle clubs in American history. Interestingly, the club did not begin as a motorcycle club. It started as a car club. Don't believe me? Go and check it out for yourselves. Over time, the members transitioned into motorcycles, eventually becoming an all Harley-Davidson club. That transition marked the beginning of a powerful legacy. The East Bay Dragons became known for their strong presence, leadership, and influence within the motorcycle culture. They also gained recognition for community involvement and mentoring younger riders. Through the decades, the Dragons helped define what a structured black motorcycle club could look like. Brotherhood and structure. See, what ties these early clubs together is more than just motorcycles. It's the concept of brotherhood. Yes, I am my brother's keeper. Motorcycle clubs created environments where riders supported each other, both on and off the road. Members rode together. Some of you, today, you want to show up at events in a cage and call yourself a rider. You went down a couple times and now you're shook. You won't get back on the motorcycle. If you're capable to get back on, get back up, man up, and get back on. Maybe you lost your heart. You're manipulated by your fear. This may not be for you anymore. You fall down. If you can't get back up, get back up. Or you're going to have a phobia of that bike and riding. It's not what's up, you all. Gotta have a sincere love for this. Members ride together. Members travel together. How am I going to an event on tools and you pulling up in a cage and trying to give me a pound? I'm like, yo, my guy, fall back with that. If you're gonna ride. Part of being in a motorcycle club is riding a motorcycle. If you're not riding, fall back. It's a wrap for you. You dig? If you got injured, I can respect that. You can't ride anymore, you still want to be around because you're a lifer, I can dig it. But if you're just not riding because you don't want to put in that work, this may not be for you, homie. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about? When it's time to go, we go. We jump on tools. You feel me? So they travel together. They represent their clubs and communities. And through their actions, they build a culture centered around loyalty and respect. Put some respect on their names, y'all. These early clubs laid the foundation for motorcycle cultures that exist today. So you gotta respect them. Don't defecate on tradition. Motorcycle clubs, whether traditional MC, social clubs, or riding groups, they owe much of their structure and traditions to the pioneers who came before them. Put some respect on their names. You understand what I'm talking about? They went through a lot. Respect that. The story of black motorcycle clubs is still being written. From early clubs like the East Bay Dragons, the Defiant Ones, the Chosen Few, Thunder Guards. These riders helped build a culture rooted in brotherhood and resilience. In the next episode of Riding with the Ruach, we will explore another important aspect of the motorcycle culture. The difference between a 1%er, a 1% club, and a 99% club. And how those identities develop over time. Until then, be sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to Riding with the Ruach. And keep the rubber side down. And remember, brotherhood is not just about riding together. It's about standing together. Right now, you've been riding with the Ruach. Again, which is the Hebrew word for spirit. Whatever spirit's on you, homie, it's the one you're riding with. In the next episode, we will explore the structure that holds motorcycle clubs together. Until then, I'm gonna say peace. 2 fingers. And I'm gonna leave that in the air. And in times of peace, prepare for war. Because peace doesn't last forever. Taz, so you know who said it. You dig? I'm out for now.